There is no tranquility in a man who submits to chaos, no dignity in one who sips poison, labels it love, and lets it consume him slowly. The modern man isn't undone by war or famine, but by a smile, a kiss, a gentle voice that coils around his spine like a serpent, teaching him to cherish the squeeze. And no one mourns him, for he consented to die quietly. Marcus Aurelius never pleaded. He governed. He didn't chase storms to feel alive. He mastered them and left behind not poems or comfort, but warnings. You have power over your mind, he wrote, not outside events. Yet today's man has relinquished both. He allows a woman to become his storm, his event, his deity of emotions. And worse, he mistakes this for romance. Listen closely, for your future hinges on this. There are 10 behaviors no man should ever tolerate from a woman, not out of fear of solitude or loss, but to preserve oneself. Allowing these behaviors unchecked doesn't signify love, it signifies enslavement. 1. Mockery. The eye rolls, the sarcastic jabs before friends, the public humiliations dismissed as jokes. A woman who can't speak of you with respect shouldn't speak to you at all. What injures the hive injures the bee, Aurelius said. Permitting humiliation isn't building a relationship, it's digging a grave for your confidence. 2. Normalized chaos. Her moods dictate the household, warm one moment, cold the next. Her anger cuts and you bleed, mistaking this for passion. It's not passion, it's pathology. Nowhere can man find a quieter retreat than in his own soul, Marcus wrote. But sharing your bed with a hurricane ensures you'll never find peace. 3. Addiction to attention. She thrives on male validation, measures worth by likes and messages, claiming empowerment. But if her value stems from strangers' eyes, she'll never value the man who sees her soul. Aurelius warned against chasing illusions. It is not death that a man should fear, he wrote, but never beginning to live. 4. Sexual manipulation. She withholds to punish, gives to reward, using intimacy as leverage. You, craving warmth, become a beggar. Marcus Aurelius taught self-mastery over impulse. A man ruled by lust isn't a man, he's a slave. 5. Contempt for your purpose. She mocks your goals, interrupts your focus, seeing no value in your future unless it benefits her. This isn't partnership, it's sabotage. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, Marcus wrote. 6. Competitive spirit. She doesn't walk beside you. She seeks to outshine you. Her victories must eclipse yours. You're reduced to a silhouette in your own home. Aurelius warned, ambition means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. 7. Emotional manipulation as trauma. Every mistake is excused by her past. You're no longer a partner, but her therapist, her confessional. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, Marcus said. But this isn't revenge, it's corruption. 8. Entitlement without accountability. She expects more than she gives, demands royalty, offers peasantry, insists she's the prize. Her gratitude is extinct, her criticism endless. So other people hurt me? That's their problem, Marcus noted. But allowing her ingratitude to define your worth is drowning in her self-importance. 9. Boundary testing. Small lies, late-night texts, photos she promised not to post, subtle betrayals. She tests your limits to see if you'll flinch. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it, Marcus advised. Every test you fail becomes a game she'll replay. 10. Erosion of respect, not through loud fights, but through indifference. She no longer listens, no longer looks, your background noise in the house you built. A man can survive hate, but not being ignored. Think of what a privilege it is to be alive, Marcus wrote. But waking beside someone who sees no privilege in your presence makes you fade. These aren't mere opinions, they're realities. Each a doorway to the death of a man's purpose. Most will ignore them, but the rare will listen. They'll see that love without respect is slavery with a smile. They'll remember Marcus Aurelius's teachings, discipline of mind, rule of self, and the sacredness of peace. The illusions are shattered. What remains is the man, raw, wounded, one choice away from becoming a tyrant over himself or a prisoner to others. Marcus called this the battlefield of the soul. Let's enter it. Now that the 10 poisons are named, the question isn't whether a man has seen them, but whether he's tolerated them. The real tragedy begins not in her behavior, but in his silence. Destruction starts with what he permits in the name of love. Every time he forgives what should have been walked away from, explains away betrayal, bends his standards, he's not preserving the relationship, he's burying himself alive. A man should be upright, not kept upright, Marcus said. Yet millions are kept upright by hope, fantasies, memories, not reality. They build their days around not upsetting her, call it compromise. But it's not compromise, it's fear, emasculation, the slow suicide of sovereignty. There's no glory in absorbing every wound. That's not strength, it's delusion. Real strength is in refusal, in walking away without explanation, choosing sanity over apology, saying, I won't burn just because she's cold. That strength comes from stillness, from remembering he was whole before she arrived and will be whole after she's gone. This is the moment Marcus meant. Don't waste what's left of your life speculating about others unless it is for mutual benefit. What mutual benefit is there in decoding her moods, negotiating for basic decency? That's not love. It's surveillance. The man who becomes a detective in his own relationship has already lost. The worst cost isn't psychological, it's spiritual. Tolerating what breaks him rots his soul. His eyes dim, posture folds, laughter disappears. He becomes a whisper. Yet the world tells him to try harder, be more vulnerable, as if his suffering is his fault, as if he hasn't already bent himself into 1,000 shapes. Not anymore. Now he lives by the Stoic code. Not numb, but sovereign. Not hateful, but alert. Not reactive, but awake. Should a woman enter his life again, she'll feel the weight of his presence, sense his boundaries, not as walls, but as monuments to a man who refused to break. She'll know this isn't a man to play with, but to honor or leave, because he honors himself. That's the law now. That's the gospel. That's the kingdom rebuilt. To every man listening, you weren't born to suffer in silence, to explain yourself into exhaustion, to tolerate what dishonors your soul. You were born to command yourself, protect your mind, guard your fire. And when you do, the world changes, not because it becomes easier, but because you become immovable. Remember Marcus Aurelius, not just as a name, but as a mirror.